a tribute to Sarasu John, Minosha Chariot.
Madam Congress Chair, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests, good morning. Allow your mind to drift back to the year 1958. You are standing on the banks of a stream in South India. Near you is an incredibly beautiful 19-year-old woman. The sun plays off the folds of her white wedding garment, which is called a sari. All of a sudden, someone spots a lobster in the stream. Before you could say the word lobster, the bride is chest deep in the water, catching the lobster with her bare hands for dinner. Allow me to introduce to you my great aunt, Sarasu John. Together with my great uncle Philip, they are a study in resourcefulness, determination, and a zest for life. Today, 50 years later, every day is still an adventure for my aunt. Her energy is boundless, and her story is remarkable. After teaching in India for a few years, Sarasu and Philip calculated that with their combined income, they wouldn't be able to afford a good college for the two kids. And so it was that Sarasu found herself halfway around the world doing her master's in the University of Memphis, Tennessee. Because money was tight, Philip and the kids would join her later when she got a job. So here she was, an Indian woman from a protected lifestyle, alone in the US and finding her way around. Sarasu completed her master's in 7 months. She was living on campus the whole time. Next door to her in the dorm lived a young undergraduate girl named Lundy Cridgen. Sarasu and Lundy didn't have a whole lot in common, but they became friends. Well, as it turned out, Sarasu was having a hard time finding work after all, because interviews were held off campus, and Sarasu didn't own a car, nor did she know how to drive. She decided to return to India. As she was preparing to leave, all of a sudden, she got a call for an interview at a high school in Mississippi. Sarasu was puzzled because she hadn't put in any applications anywhere. She said to her friend Lundy, "Listen, I have comprehensive examinations coming up and I can't go for an interview." Lundy replied, "Nonsense, I put the application in for you. I'll drive you to the interview." And so it was that Sarasu ended up teaching high school in the small town of Marks, Mississippi. Marks, Mississippi, in the year 1974, had a population of 1,000. In a town with a population of 1,000, and with her family far away, Sarasu didn't have a whole lot to do in the evenings. She spent every extra minute with the kids at school. She attended every basketball game. She organized school plays and used the money to purchase new science equipment for the school. She took kids who had never been outside of Marks to Huntsville, Alabama, visiting places of scientific interest. Everybody loved her. In order to retain her in the US, the school applied for a green card. It was turned down. The school principal told her, "Sarasu, you need to talk to William King Self." Now, William King Self was a millionaire who lived in the town of Marks. Sarasu replied, "But I don't know Mr. Self." The principal said, "I don't know him either." At Mr. Self's office, he asked, "What can I do for you?" Sarasu responded, "Listen, all I know is I need a green card and I don't know anything about getting one." sister Self responded, I don't know either, but I can find out. He had his lawyers draft a letter to the Mississippi senator. Senator Riesland at the time was the senior-most senator in Congress. He went ahead and called the INS, or the Immigration Office, and requested them to issue a green card for Sarasu John. Later, the INS called the school to ask, who is this lady? We have never had a senator call us to request a green card for anyone. Well, the rest is history. As I sat next to my aunt at her massive family gathering at Thanksgiving, she tells me stories about her life. I realize that opportunity exists in the midst of adversity. Seizing it takes determination and sacrifice, like seizing a lobster from the stream when you're fully clothed in a sari. The Toastmasters.